Kikubor ka Batesi TV. Lawan Rashapi ka Frank Motors, the all-new Altros. Now, with more exciting features. Ka any ride, ka app ban book taxi but bike, ban pensuk ya ka let kawan katkum ka jingdon kam jongpi, namar bangi nyokor ya ka por jongpi. Download ya ka niga app na ka Play Store.
Hatu pikwa bagi jan jongpi kin kuit bha, benar kam, da ka Oswell Soup, hilaban yo na barok kidukan.
Ka IZ Group of Institution Bangalore, kadai ke college babhatam nagabanta ka jingkuli nursing but paramedical course, hospital training, pinyo scholarship but 6% ka kam, haki hospital bahedo India but shabari. Nabanta ka jingkuli ka jingseo ka baret but hilaban layu ban kuli da ka education loan. Hilaru ban syukola ho number khandai nyo saw san riu pranot. Lani khandai pran riu license, arn riwe khandai pra.
Director General of Police Dr. L.R. Bishnoi ulang bagi beliau ke penkulmar hakamil arpsauterik unaitung hatura degi badan jingtmu ban penyap yu menteri rangba kejala ukonrat ke sangma DGP ulai thu bagi degi jinya sela lupa ban thom da kabor ban kawang degi mau degi builder na kli jong menteri rangba susu ulang bala sampisai ke pajba ban penkulmar hakasingi bawan ukonrat hatura sautuli ki kali kala chathang khanyo tuli pat kala julor nagada jing chat hermau Santili kidi kali ki babuat yung menteri rangba, kawai pat kadi kali jong menteri sorkar, Marcos and Marak, kawai pat ki kali bajulor kidi kali sorkar, bat kali jong ipulit.
We are here to brief you about yesterday's unfortunate incident at Dakopgiri, Tura, where the Honorable CM was holding meeting at Mini Secretariat with 18 number of representatives from the various NGOs, namely your Archik Conscious Holistically Integrated CRIMA, All India Garo Union, All Archik Youth Forum, All Archik Youth Welfare Society, Garo State Movement Council, New Tura Development Forum, United Garo People's Forum. Other than these NGOs, one senior citizens from Tura, one church representative from Tura, one research scholar of the Garo community, and one the advocate from the Garo NGOs. So total 18 number of persons, they were holding meeting with the Honorable Chief Minister at Mini Secretariat office in Tura. The meeting started at 3:15 p.m. and it continued till 5:45 p.m. It was a long marathon meeting where the discussions were basically concentrated on the demands by the various NGOs in general and two demands in specific. First, the winter capital at Tura, and secondly, the implementation of reservations of the roster policy with retrospective effect. So most of the NGOs, they were discussing in a very, very peaceful ambience. So when the meeting was about to over, then suddenly the crowd started shouting slogans outside the mini secretariats. So Honorable Chief Minister sent certain NGO members outside the mini secretariat office to convince the crowd and not to create scene there. But the crowd became more violent and they instantly started pelting stones on police personnel, on vehicles, on the buildings. And the NGO members, they went inside and they briefed the Honorable Chief Minister. They also categorically told Honorable Chief Minister that the youth, many youth, they were not the part of their NGOs. They appeared first time at the hunger strike site and they were never a part of any discussions, and the NGOs, they never recognized such youths. So they came first time on the sites and immediately they created scene there. So after that, the police tried to convince them. They became more violent, and after that police resorted to mild lathi charge, and when the crowd did not budge, then ultimately the police fired the few tear smoke cells. And after a great, the actions, ultimately the crowd dispersed after 2 hours. For 2 hours, the crowd, initially they dispersed, formed small groups in the nearby hillocks, and they started pelting stones intermittently. Because of that, it continued for almost 2 hours. So in the whole actions, we have, during the post-incident investigation stage, the Tura police, they found that it was the pre-planned conspiracy to attack Honorable Chief Minister and to damage him physically. Why they are saying like this? Because they gathered clinching evidence that money was distributed on 23rd July to some of the youths to create the scene violence there on the sites. Secondly, on the 23rd July, the many bottles of liquors were distributed to the youth, and the many youth, they came with the plastic jerrycans full of the kerosene along with matchboxes and the lighters, and the many stones were lying there, and the tent were pitched, so that is why the bamboos were also available. And on the spots, they started giving inciting speeches where the Honorable Chief Minister was abused and threatened. And they provoked the crowd to cause physical damage to Honorable Chief Minister, and even they insisted that we can go for the extreme step like murder, etc. So these kinds of the actions of the violent youth indicated that it was a pre-planned conspiracy to cause physical damage to Honorable Chief Ministers. The police maintained restraints for a couple of hours, and even knowing that they are causing huge damage to our vehicles, police did not decide to go for firing to avoid the casualty of the other peaceful youth who were there and taking part in the agitation. You know the total, the 21 number of the vehicles got damaged. The 4 vehicles set on the fires. Out of 4, 2 were completely burnt. One was Gypsy and the second was the Bolero police vehicles. And the 17 vehicles got damaged by pelting stones. Either the glass panes were broken or the body parts of the vehicles were damaged. Out of the 17 vehicles damaged, 5 unfortunately belonged to the Honorable Chief Minister Karkek. The vehicles were parked inside the mini secretariat. The MLA, the William Nagar MLA vehicle was also broken, was also damaged. The Deputy Secretary of Honorable Chief Minister vehicle was also targeted and partially damaged. 2 civil department vehicles were damaged. 4 Meghalaya police vehicles were damaged. 1 ambulance, the ambulance which was carrying the injured police personnel to civil hospital Tura was also targeted, and the side window glass panes were broken, and other than that, 3 private vehicles were partially damaged. So total 18 persons got injured. The 10 Meghalaya police personnel, 8 male and 2 females. The 1 home guard, the lady home guard was also injured, and the 7 CRPF police personnel also got physical injuries. So in total, the total 18 personnel got injured. After the incident, unfortunate incidents, the police rescued the Honorable Chief Minister, and the Honorable Chief Minister went to his residence, and he appealed all the citizens to maintain peace and calm. So total, yesterday night, the police whole night conducted a massive search after identifications of the accused. With the help of the video footage given by the press reporter, we have identified total 26 numbers of the culprits who indulged in unprovoked violence, and then total 19 number of the accused so far arrested. Out of 19, the 17 are female and 2 are the male accused. We also identified one of the main conspirator, Salseng R. Marak, who was earlier police, I think, RC, and in 2012 he was dismissed from the service for prolonged absence, and now he has affiliations with some political party because he tried to contest elections, MDC elections from the Siju of the South Garowe districts. So now situation is under fully control, and I categorically state here that we will not spare anyone. Whoever indulged in the violence and try to cause damage to the vehicles of government officials, and also try to attack the Chief Minister. They will not be spared, and they will be behind the bars soon. Police is on hunt for most of the conspirators. They have been identified, and the police is conducting consistently raid since last night. And we have deployed extra forces there, and I have sent the IGP Land Order to camp there and monitor the whole situation. So now situation is under fully control, and the CRPF and the 2nd Meghalaya Police Battalion personnel are deployed. We have registered a case. The complaint was lodged by the Meghalaya Civil Service officer, Mr. Daplin D. Sangma, and on the basis of he was duty magistrate, on the basis of his complaint, we have registered a case, that is RI Police Station case number 16/23 under various sections of IPC. We have also applied the section of the Meghalaya Maintenance Public Order Act 2010 and the PDPT Act, that is a Prevention of Damage to Public Property Act 1984. And other than that, we have seized substantial numbers of the incriminating materials from the place of occurrence that indicates that the whole incident was pre-planned and conspiracy was hatched to attack Honorable Chief Minister and cause physical damage to him. So far we have seized tons of stones, pebbles from the PO, and 50 numbers of the bamboos used as sticks to beat up the police personnel. We have seized 20 number of catapults, and we have seized 1 jerrycans full of kerosene oil, and we have also seized 25 number of alcohol bottles from the spot, including 2 lighters, 12 number of matchboxes, and 25 number of half-burnt matchsticks. So that itself indicates that the whole incident was pre-planned and the conspiracy was hatched to attack Honorable Chief Minister and cause damage. Once again, I reiterate that we will not spare anyone, and whoever is found in the hatching conspiracy and involved in the incident will be behind the bar very soon. See, on the basis of the video footage, we have identified total 26 number of persons so far who were found inciting people and also directly indulging in violence and provoking crowd to go for stone paintings. And also they tried to provoke people to barge into the municipal buildings after gate crashing so that they can hit the Chief Minister and his carpet. So that indicates that conspiracy was pre-planned and it was hatched in advance. Secondly, as far as 26 persons have been identified, their addresses were ascertained, and 19 have been arrested so far. Other than 19, 26 identified. So once all the persons were arrested, their statements will be recorded, and after then we will be in positions whether they had any political affiliations or they belong to any organizations or not. That will be ascertained in the due course of investigation. But as of now, I can say that it was a conspiracy which was pre-planned, and they were inciting the people without any reason. They never took part in agitation earlier as per the NGOs, and the NGOs clearly refuted that they were their members. So they were not the part of the various NGOs pressure groups who were on the hunger strikes. So that, inquiry is going on details, and once the full facts will come to me, then I will be in position to share it with you. As of now, so I can only say that it is a very, very naive to say that they belong to a particular political party or not, but they were the part of the conspiracy which was pre-planned and which was hatched only to attack Chief Minister. That much I can say. In a couple of days, the full facts will come to me about their political affiliation, then I will be in position to share with you. 19 arrested are different and 26 identified are different. Out of 26, 1 has been arrested just now when I was about to brief you, then one person has been picked up. So you can say that 20 were arrested. So some evidence we have collected that the people came and it was not directly distributed by the main accused, but he employed certain youth, unknown youth from outside Tura to hand over monies to the other youth who were not part of agitation. So that much evidence we got that on 23rd July, I think total 1 lakh rupees case was distributed afternoon of 23rd July. That much evidence collected by the Tura district police. And it may be much more than that also. During investigation, it will come out. And during meetings, you know, in whole Tura town, meeting site, CM's residence, Speaker's residence, MP residence, and vital installations, Thana, main bazaars, patrolling duties, and the CM's carpet duty, all were nearly 500 people were deployed on 24th July. 500 people were deployed, and their main focus was to secure the premises of the main secretariat, the mini secretariat building, so that the crowd cannot enter inside. So main concentration was on that. So that is why, and let me clarify that the crowd, they came in small groups, in groups of 1 or 2 only. And from their youth, because they were coming normally to the sites, so the police, it was difficult for police to know whether they were earlier part of the agitation, whether they belonged to any political party or any organizations, or because lighter, matchboxes, catapult, all can be easily, concealed inside the body. So it was difficult to know, and police probably, after seeing their faces, never doubted their intentions. So they concentrated only, and everybody was hoping that some good news will come out, because most of the points of discussion, the NGOs also agreed for Shillong meetings and like that. And the meeting was about over, and then they started creating problems. I will not fully agree with you, because many things I have already clarified, like the catapult, matchboxes, like the lighters, they can be easily concealed inside the body parts. And secondly, the bamboos and stones were already there. And thirdly, the crowd came in a very small groups, in a group of 2 or 3. So the police initially thought that because the Honorable Chief Minister is conducting meeting with all the NGOs, so the police thought that they might have come just to celebrate the outcome of the meetings or like that. But you can say partially it may be true that definitely there may be some lapses to read the situation instantly and ensure the follow-up action instantly. 1 or 2 minor lapses may be there, so that will be matter of inquiry. I have sent IGP alone to camp there to actually inquire into the whole incident. And once the inquiry report will come to me, then actual how it happened, why it happened, was there any lapse from the intelligence branch, that thing will be clear to me. So motive was to cause damage physically, maybe, some rebel groups are there, maybe some other issues, maybe, or some old issues are there. That only after, when the full detailed report will come to me, then only I will be able to share with you. But there was definitely pre-planned conspiracy. There was definitely plan to harm him. There was no doubt about that. That's as Chief Minister will be coming most probably tomorrow, reaching Shillong, and we will be having immediately we will be having meeting with Chief Secretary with the Home Departments, and the existing security will be reviewed. It will be discussed in detail, and after that, whatever decision will be taken, that will be known. The arrested persons, because in the early morning they were taken to the police stations, and after arrest, immediately investigation will not start, because some legal formalities have to be completed, their family members have to be intimated, their medical examinations have to be conducted, then arrest memos have to be prepared. We will take them into police remand after producing them into the jurisdictional court, and once they come back to the Thana on police remand, then the real investigation will start, and then motive will be cleared.
Richard Marat you named, so what is his role in? You said inciting violence, in what way?
His role initially was asserted that he played a role in provoking the crowd, and also before the incident he was found involved in distribution of gas, etc. So these 2 points came into our notice, and the rest is a matter of investigation because they have been just arrested today morning only. So once the full detail will be known, then I will say. At present, you can say the 2 extra companies were deployed after the incident, and force officers, 3 DSP and 1 SP rank officers were also sent there. Other than that, IG is going there and he will camp there till the situation normalizes. Regarding the deployment of the forces, it will be reviewed on day-to-day basis. Now we are in regular touch with the Tura police establishment. So as per situation, the situation is fully controlled now, and no new incident reported from any corner of the Garoil districts, West Garoil districts. Regarding the curfew, the order was issued yesterday. It was mentioned in the order itself that night curfew, no time limit is mentioned. Only they have mentioned that night curfew will continue from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. But for how many days it will continue, it will be reviewed, and accordingly the SP can submit a report to DC and DC can review the order. There is not much problem in it. The orders can be reviewed. But instantly yesterday the situation was like that, just to avoid the larger public damage of properties or the harm to the innocent youth, that we have decided that curfew should be imposed so that situation can be easily controlled, and it helped us.